I'm back again with Michael Westbrook, our in-house CFS Financial Advisor.
Good morning, Jean. How are you?
I'm good, Michael, thanks. We hope that you guys had time to check out our Retirement Basics video. If you haven't, you can find it on our Facebook page or our YouTube channel. Just search for Piedmont Advantage Credit Union. So today we want to discuss long-term care and how to successfully plan for it.
Well, it's one of the things I've been looking forward to visiting with you about since our last conversation on retirement income planning. Long-term care planning is often overlooked by clients, but it's one of the most important things in the future for a retirement plan that can have an impact on your financial future.
Great. Well, then let's get started. We'll start off with an easy one. What exactly is long-term care?
Long-term care is providing services and support for folks that have chronic disabilities and medical needs. There are three types of long-term care. There's skilled care, which is pretty much needing round-the-clock 24-hour care to take care of your individual needs. There's intermediate skilled care, or skilled care light, so to speak. That's a step down from skilled care where you don't have to have quite the services, but you're still going to need someone to help you with 2 out of 6 of your activities of daily living. Thirdly is custodial care. It's an even step down from there. It's where you need some help with doing some things in the home. In fact, that's where most custodial care is provided, in the home, and it's oftentimes provided not by trained individuals, but by family members.
So I can understand how this could be a very important insurance for somebody who has a serious medical condition, but why wouldn't it be beneficial to wait and see if you're going to need it instead of planning ahead?
That's a good question, and really no one knows when they're going to need long-term care. That's one of the biggest issues. Let me share some data with you that's pertinent into the topic we're discussing today. The odds of needing long-term care for someone who's 65 years or older is 70%. So in other words, 70% of the folks here in the United States are going to need some type of long-term care after they reach the age of 65. The interesting statistic, which can be rather alarming, is that of patients who are in long-term care facilities, 8% of those are ages 40 to 50. So we really don't know when you can need long-term care services. And let me give you some of the numbers that can be kind of staggering when it comes to the cost of long-term care here in the United States, not just North Carolina. For many, the cost of long-term care can be expensive, as I mentioned. $6,235 a month is the average cost in the United States for a semi-private room. Semi-private, not a private room. A private room can be $6,965 a month. Don't think about it as a monthly cost. Think about $83,000 to $84,000 a year coming out of your monthly retirement budget if you have to put either you, your spouse, or a dependent into a long-term care facility. $3,293 a month, $3,293 a month for a 1-bedroom unit in an assisted living facility. And custodial care in and of itself is $21 an hour. So if you need custodial care for an extended amount of time during the week, you can see how the numbers can add up very quickly.
Wow, when you put it that way, that makes a lot of sense. Those numbers can add up very quickly. But doesn't Medicare pay for some long-term care benefits?
That's a good question, and it's one that's often not fully understood by folks that need the services. Medicare, which is the health insurance program for folks over 65 years of age here in the United States, will cover some limited benefits in long-term care. However, once you get past the limited benefits, and most of those often run out after 90 days, the patient is on their own in how to cover for those. And they either have to fund those themselves if they don't have a long-term care insurance policy. On the other hand, Medicaid, which is the health insurance program for less affluent Americans, does provide long-term care coverage for a lot of Americans here. However, in order to qualify for Medicaid, you have to do a spend down of your assets that you have to meet the Medicaid limits, and this often is an uncomfortable time for patients trying to do this because of the statistics I mentioned earlier, no one knows when you may need to be in a long-term care facility, and quite often timing is not one of the things that coincides with being able to be admitted and to take advantage of the Medicaid possibilities.
That's very valuable information. And I'm going to play devil's advocate here. So why wouldn't I just save my money and pay for long-term care out of pocket?
You can do that. I think that, and that's what a lot of folks plan on doing. But if you go back to the statistics I mentioned earlier about the expense, take a look at your retirement income plan. I'll take you back to the video we did previously. $83,000 to $84,000 a year out of a retirement income plan could be devastating to the family members who are not in long-term care. Your basic question is going to be this: can you afford and do you have the assets set aside to do that?
Fair enough. Are there any other reasons you would advocate for someone to invest in long-term care insurance?
There are several reasons. Actually, long-term care protects you and buys you the opportunity to protect a certain amount of your retirement income, not just now, but in the future as you're looking to do your planning. Long-term care can be expensive. There are different types of policies that are available in the marketplace, and you have to be careful about what you buy. But I think in the planning phase, which I go through with the members here, we try to take a look at long-term care as a piece of that plan. You want to make sure you have a lot of different care options when you're buying long-term care insurance. You want to make sure that you can not only afford it now, but you also want to make sure that you can afford it in the future when you're going to be on a fixed income. And I think that's extremely important. The cost of long-term care just depends on your age. So basically, the younger you are, when you take a look at a policy, the less expensive the premium. It also depends upon your current health situation. The healthier you are when you get ready to apply for a long-term care policy, the less expensive the premium will be. But here are some things you really do want to consider when you're taking a look at buying long-term care, and there are about 5 or 6 of them. You want to take a look at your benefit amount. The daily benefit amount is the maximum your policy will pay for each day that you have to have long-term care. The second one is the benefit period. That's the length of time that your policy will pay benefits. And they can range anywhere from 24 months to an unlimited amount of time. The elimination period is the number of days before your policy will kick in, and that's the number of days that possibly Medicare could help you take care of some of your expenses, but not all. The types of facilities included is very important. Many policies cover different types of nursing homes. Some policies will cover your care in the home. Some policies will even provide you the opportunity, and it'll set aside monies for you to retrofit your home in case you need a ramp or something like that to help you get around better within your home. And finally, who knows what health care is going to cost in the future, 5 years, 10 years down the line. Many policies will offer inflation protection. Those do come with an additional cost. It is something that many of the members, though, do want to consider when looking at a long-term care policy.
It seems like there are a lot of things to take into consideration when thinking about purchasing long-term care insurance.
There are.
Where is a good place to start? Do you have any additional resources that can help us?
Glad you asked that. The first one is a webinar, which we're doing on October the 4th at 11:30 here from Piedmont Advantage Credit Union, and you'll be able to listen to that live or either on a tape basis later on when it's most convenient for you. Lastly, November the 15th, we'll be doing a long-term care seminar here at our Advantage Way office for members who are in the local area. And of course, as always, if any of the members want to discuss anything to do with long-term care and how it can fit into their retirement plan, I'm as close as a click on your mouse or a phone call away to be able to talk about individual situations.
Sounds good, Michael. As always, you've left us with a lot to think about. If you would like more information about planning for long-term care, sign up for one of our upcoming webinars or seminars. For a list of all of our upcoming events, visit our Member Education Corner at pacu.com, and for all archive videos, visit our YouTube channel and search Piedmont Advantage Credit Union.